I am Ryan. I'm an advertising professor at a large university, and I am rating Calendly 5 out of 5. Before I started using Calendly, I tried a couple of competitors, specifically Schedule Once and You Can Book Me. They were okay, nothing wrong with them per se, but they just didn't work for my workflow. I use Google Calendar, and I had some issues with those two integrating correctly into multiple calendars. I also had some issues with time zone synchronization, which is a big problem for students, especially because if you have a student booking an appointment with you and they don't realize they've chosen the wrong time zone, then they forget all about it in the next week. 12-hour difference. It's not a good thing. I also tried an open source, similar kind of software that I installed on a server that I run. But but I don't know how to program, and it was not working out for me. So that didn't work either. Ultimately, I chose Calendly and I've stuck with it because it's very user friendly. It's simple for me to set up. It's simple for my students to use. They click a day, they click a time. I get an email, they get an email or a text, and we're done. It integrates so well with my calendar. Again, I use Google Calendar for both my personal and work appointments, and I have set up the software to work with both of those. And I've never had any issues. It just works, which I like, and it saves me time. I don't like worrying about software that I use, and it's been great. But finally, it has a lot of advanced features that are easily accessed if you want them. You don't have to customize things with Calendly to the extent that maybe I have, but those settings, even though they're just hidden away behind like a tissue thin layer, they're there if you want them. You can get to them really easily. It's not difficult at all. And two, I have to say that the help section is really useful if you do decide you want to do some really kind of deep tinkering and making it your own. In terms of integrating Calendly into how I do things, I obviously on the first day of class tell students when my office hours are. Things during COVID have been a little weird. We haven't been able to do in-person office hours. So I just give them a link to my calendar and tell them if you want to chat, pick a time, we'll do it. It integrates right with Zoom. My university has a license with Zoom, and so it immediately schedules and sets up a meeting time. It's been super easy. And even though the Calendly appointment links aren't exactly pretty, it's easy enough to dump one into a link shortener and send that to students instead, which is exactly what I did on my syllabi. I just took my appointment URL, put it into a link shortener, added it to my syllabus, both online and on paper, and everything's worked just fine. During this whole COVID crisis, I have had a number of colleagues in my department who have looked for similar calendar solutions. And I was really happy to see that I was not the only one who recommended Calendly. It came up again and again in our discussion thread. Um, Try it out. They've got a really good free trial that unlocks most, if not all, of the features. It's been a little while since I used the free trial, but I seem to remember it being really useful. And see for yourself. I've been very satisfied with it, even at its most basic, sort of cheapest paid level. But it's been great.